Packers-Cowboys final injury report. The primetime tilt with playoff weight, 2 blue blood franchises, 1 cathedral of football. The lights go black in Arlington, the roof glows, and the cameras find the line of scrimmage, because that's where this one will be won. On Sunday night, Green Bay walks into Dallas carrying a question every contender must answer by winter. Can you hold up when your foundation is cracked? Across the field, the Cowboys counter with a defense getting healthier at exactly the moment their offense loses a star. It's a collision of styles, a stress test of depth, and the kind of September snapshot that still feels like January Green Bay. Trenches under trial ruled out, RT Zach Tom, oblique. A core injury that robs Green Bay of its most reliable edge protector. The expectation all week was a multi-game absence through the bye, and that is now reality. T. Anthony Belton, ankle, suffered Wednesday at practice. The late-week downgrade removes an emergency option and narrows the contingency plan. On the fence, LG Aaron Banks, groin, doubtful. A groin for a guard is as much about anchor as mobility. Even if active, this often limits torque on double teams and the ability to climb cleanly to linebackers. As Javon Bullard, concussion, questionable, clears or he doesn't, and if he doesn't, it reshapes sub-packages and communication on the back end. Likely OL, LR, Rashid Walker, Jordan Morgan, Elgton Jenkins, Sean Ryan, Darian Kinnard. The bench is expected to feature Donovan Jennings, Brant Banks, and a practice squad elevation. Collectively, those three have 0 regular season offensive snaps, meaning cadence changes, slide calls, and hot rules will be stress-tested in live fire. What it means for the Packers' offense protection math changes. With Tom out and a reworked right side, Green Bay may need to fold a tight end into protection, lean on chips from backs, and prioritize the quick game, hitches, speed outs, slants, to keep the rush honest. Expect sprint out and half-roll action to shrink the picture for the tackles and change launch points. Run game versatility narrows. Duo and inside zone remain the heartbeat, but the loss of continuity can dull the edges of outside zone. Watch for more gap scheme answers, GT counters, pin pull, to manufacture angles rather than asking a new unit to win straight-up reach blocks all night. Tempo as a weapon. Green Bay can use no huddle or muddle huddle to prevent exotic pre-snap movement and force Dallas into simpler pictures. The trade-off. You must execute base rules with precision. Third down stress. Long yardage is the enemy. If the Packers live in 3rd and 7+, the Cowboys' simulated pressures and twist games become a weekly clinic tape. Staying ahead of the sticks, screens, RPO glance, and early down play action will be the quiet difference. Secondary shuffle if Bullard sits. Should Bullard be unavailable, Nate Hobbs is expected to handle the slot, with Carrington Valentine stepping into a full-time outside role. That swap alters how the Packers pattern match trips and fit the run from nickel. Expect more 2 high shells pre-snap, rotating late to disguise leverage, especially against motion. Communication at the second level, nickel, Mike, safety, becomes the nervous system of the defense. One bust versus condensed splits can turn a 5-yard glance into a runway. Dallas, offensive star down. Defensive starters up out. WR, CeeDee Lamb, ankle. A high ankle sprain that takes away the Cowboys' route palette builder. Lamb's ability to align everywhere, win from the slot on option routes, and tilt coverage mechanics can't be replicated 1-for-1. G. Tyler Booker, ankle, same injury designation, reducing some of the interior sturdiness that powers the run game and keeps play action clean. Back in the fold, CB Darren Bland, foot, returns after 2 missed games, delivering timely glue to a secondary that has been adjusting coverages without Trevon Diggs. Bland's ball skills and route recognition tighten windows on outbreakers and stop routes. Key, calls against timing concepts. What it means for the Cowboys. Blueprint target redistribution. Without Lamb, the Cowboys' passing tree becomes more defined. Expect the ball to spread to perimeter speed and the tight end on seams, crossers, and choice routes. The offense may lean on bunch stacks and motion to free releases, hiding matchups while using play action to hold underneath defenders. Identity on defense sharpens. With Bland back, Dallas can lean more confidently into man-match calls on key downs, mixing in trap coverages to bait throws in the flat. That allows the front to hunt. More simulated pressure, more interior twist, and edges that tee off if Green Bay is behind the chains. Field position mindset. If the offense is less explosive without Lamb, the Cowboys may double down on complementary football. Shorten the field via special teams, punt to pin when drives stall, and let the pass rush create short fields with a takeaway. The pivot points that decided edge integrity versus twist games. The right side of Green Bay's line will see a graduate course in stunts. Dallas is adept at running TE, tackle penetrates, end loops, and ET games to create muddied pockets. If the Packers pass off twists cleanly, hips square, eyes inside, hands independent, they can keep the launch point stable. If not, sacks become drive killers. First down efficiency. Whoever wins first down wins the call sheet. Green Bay needs 2nd and 6 to keep play action and keep her alive. Dallas wants 2nd and 10 to unleash games up front and force the Packers into mirrored quicks that cap see. Nickel fits and perimeter tackling. With potential changes at safety and in the slot for Green Bay, the Cowboys will test the edges with bubbles, now screens, and toss to stress perimeter leverage. Miss 1 tackle and the chain moves. Miss 2 and the scoreboard changes. Red zone chest space compresses and tells appear. Dallas, down a premier red zone target, must run it in or scheme rubs and stacks. Green Bay, with a patched line, may favor heavy formations and pop passes off run looks. A field goal versus touchdown swing here is the hidden 8 points of primetime football. Hidden yardage punt coverage, kick returns, penalty discipline. 30 hidden yards can become 3 free points. In a protection-centric game, that's the difference between needing a touchdown and playing for a field goal with 2 minutes left. Game script scenarios. If Green Bay starts fast, expect screens, RPOs, and a tempo drive to settle the line, then a measured dose of gap runs to keep the sticks friendly. A lead lets the Packers keep 2 high shells on defense and force the Cowboys to string together 10-play drives without Lamb's explosives. If Dallas lands first, the Cowboys' pass rush gets to play downhill. Green Bay will have to expand into shot plays off max protect, use quick perimeter touches to approximate a run game, and hope for a takeaway to flip momentum. Dallas, meanwhile, can grind clock with a physical approach and pick spots for deep crossers built off play action. X factors you'll feel but might not see: communication and cadence. New linemen often struggle less with strength and more with timing. Who has the looper? Who squeezes the B gap? When to snap on silent count in a loud building. One mistimed squeeze, one free runner, and a drive evaporates. Disguise versus trust. Green Bay's secondary, especially if reconfigured, must balance disguise with doing their job. Over-disguising with new pieces risks a bust. Better to live in sound coverage and rally to the ball than gift explosive plays. Coaching pivots. Expect both staffs to bring a script within the script. A handful of constraint plays, tight end screens, draw on 3rd and long, flea flicker off stretch, designed to punish over-aggression. The timing of those calls will feel like a tide change. The bottom line. This feels less like week 4 and more like a January dress rehearsal. Green Bay's resilience up front against a Dallas defense finding its stride, and a Cowboys offense reimagining itself without its WR1. The first quarter will tell you about nerves. The fourth will tell you about trust. One team will leave with proof-of-concept swagger. The other will leave with a checklist. Your turn. Drop your score predictions, matchup keys, and bold calls below. And if you're riding with us all season, follow the channel for live breakdowns, film room takeaways, and post-game analysis.